Greetings, students. This is LaShawn Bold, Assistant Professor in Practice in the School of Social Work, and this is the Fall 2016 course of Human Behavior and the Social Environment 2, and the course prefix and section numbers are SOCW 3302, Section 004, 005, 006, and 007. I'm coming to you on a screencast so that we can review the syllabus together. And on this first page here, you'll see all of the contact information. You'll see information there about where you can find my faculty profile, where you can find me, and the best way to get a hold of me is on email. So that is really the one way that's the best, but you can also, if we need to, we can Skype, we can talk on the phone, we can email, we can instant message, whatever we need to do. I typically don't give out my cell phone number unless it's absolutely necessary for us to communicate in a different way. So my preference is to use email if at all possible. Also, I'm available by in-person appointment or by telephone appointment on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or really any time of the week that we can get together. We would just need to schedule that in advance. This class is an online class, and you will need a laptop computer with wireless capability or equivalent for all social work classes. Okay, and then we have a description of the course content. This particular course is actually the second session of Human Behavior in the Social Environment. It will go over the entire lifespan of from chapters 1 through 10 in the course text, and we'll look at that in just a second. But it reviews the whole lifespan from pregnancy all the way through death. So it's a very interesting class that you will enjoy. I'm sure there is a lot of opportunity for self-exploration and discussion, and I think you'll really enjoy it. One of the things you need to understand about the School of Social Work is that we are guided by the Council of Social Work Education. So in order to be an accredited program, we have to have certain guidelines from the Council of Social Work Education that say what you're going to learn in this class. A syllabus is really your contract for agreeing that you're going to attempt to learn these things, and that when you finish, you feel like you have learned these things. So that's important. These are called educational policies, and we refer to them as EPOS, but you will know them as educational policies that we have for this particular class. So I want you to be sure and read through these in detail for yourself so you'll know these are the things I'm going to learn in this class. So, for example, you'll learn to apply critical thinking, engage in diversity and difference, apply ethical principles, engage in research and knowledge of human behavior, and you'll understand the context that shape practice. But you need to read those educational policies in detail so that you'll know what you're getting yourself into, basically. Social work is an amazing field and amazing career, and I think that once you read through those, you'll understand that it's a really good thing to be part of. Now here we have the required textbooks and other course materials, and here's the required course text. I'm just going to click on there so you can see kind of what it looks like. This is from actually the publisher, and they do sell them from the publishing company, but you can also get them from the school bookstore, or you can rent online, or you can borrow someone else's book, or you can go to the library. But the main thing is the textbook is very, very important to this class, because every activity, every discussion board, every quiz, every test is based on the textbook. So it's very important that you become familiar with this textbook and that you actually have your own to refer to. We also recommend the American Psychological Association, and let's go in here to the descriptions of major assignments. All of these assignments are in your course materials on Blackboard as well, but I want to make sure that you know that they are here on the syllabus. More detail is included in Blackboard too, So if you look at the syllabus and you think there must be some more detail, then look for it on the menu in Blackboard, and there will probably be some more information there. But you have 2 exams worth 20% of the final grade. One is in the around midterm and the other one is the final exam. You have a group presentation, which will be explored more in detail, but students are randomly placed in small groups, and there's an area on Blackboard where you can find your small group, and you will use that area to communicate with your group and post your presentation. And there are some more specific instructions there for you as well. There is a major paper case study. You may have had a case study in Human Behavior 1. You have a case study here too that goes a little more in depth of the various aspects of a person and their environment, biopsychosocial, sociocultural, life stages, and there's some more detail there on Blackboard as well about the case study. So there are also quizzes. There are, I believe, 10 short quizzes, as well as activities throughout the semester. All of the assignments are required for this course. There are not things that you can say, well, I'm just not going to do that, or I'm not going to do this. Students are expected to complete all of the assignments for this course, or at least attempt all of the assignments for this course in order to pass the course, because we are mandated by Council of Social Work Education for you to participate in some of these things. Then you need to be completing these activities in order to become a social worker. Participation is an important part of it, so there will be 5 discussion boards throughout the semester. You may be used to doing 10 discussion boards, but there are actually 5 in this particular class, along with 5 activities. Here is some detail about the discussion boards and what's expected. The first response to the discussion board, this first student response to the question or the discussion topic is due by 11:59 on the Friday of each week, but you have until the next Monday to respond to 2 others. But in order to get the full 20 participation points, you need to respond to 2 other people. So read this section very carefully. Make sure you understand what the rubric is. The rubric is how you're graded on the course participation and the discussion boards. And so there's some detail there for that. There's also detail here about grading and how the percentages are added up, and you'll want to be familiar with that. And one thing I want to point out is that all assignments are due on the date listed on the course schedule, and 10 points are deducted for late assignments, and no assignments will be, I'm trying to highlight this, no assignment will be accepted after 5 days late. You will see your grades in the MyMap system on the grades. I do not give grades over the email. That is not acceptable. So you'll need to keep up with Grade Center. Also, there's some information here about makeups and how we deal with late assignments. And again, papers are not accepted after 5 days past the due date, and 10 points are deducted for each for a late assignment. So you'll want to keep up with that. Make sure you're not late. It's always better to turn in something rather than nothing. Here's some information about attendance. Obviously, with an online class, we have a certain schedule, and classes begin on a Tuesday and end on the next Monday. So all of your assignments for that week need to be completed by the next Monday. So from a Tuesday to a Monday. And you'll get the rhythm of that and get the flow of that as we go along. Also, make yourself familiar with the course schedule. And I have also a weekly checklist here that tells you what things are suggested that you complete each week to keep you on task. There is a course schedule here with each week that is actually emulates the course materials. So your syllabus should match the course materials. If you run across a mistake, which I occasionally make a mistake, so if you run across a mistake on the syllabus that doesn't coincide with the course materials, just let me know, and then I can make a fix to it, and I can let everybody else know too. I will tell you that I do have some difficulty with transposing numbers sometimes, and so it is likely that you will find some type of numerical error of some kind, certainly an accident, and I can fix that if people let me know. So go through the course schedule, get out your calendar. You can use the calendar on Blackboard or whatever type of paper calendar that you want to use, and make sure that you write down when all of the due dates are. That's best for you. Here we discuss also some of the expectations. You will be working in groups outside of the group assignments, and that will be on your own time as you and your group members decide when to do that. There's some other information here about student support services. UTA offers a variety of different services in mentoring and financial aid and learning centers and tutoring. They help you with your academic skills. UTA is there for you. So please know that even though you're online, you're not alone out there. You have a university and professors who want to see you be successful. And the best way to be successful is to communicate. So if you have something that happens and you really need help with that, you need to email your professor or let someone at the university know what's going on with you so that we can help you. There are all kinds of ways that the university helps students to make it through any kind of difficult time. So I want to make sure that you understand this area of that you have supports from the university, academic supports, counseling supports, psychiatric supports, tutoring supports, whatever you need. We also are blessed in the School of Social Work that we have a social work writing expert, and I don't see that written here, but we do have a writing expert in addition to the librarian, and that writing expert is Dr. Chris Kilgore, and he can help you with any of your papers, all the way from everything from APA to, just do I have this structured correctly, or am I on the right track? So he's very familiar with the School of Social Work, and he works within the School of Social Work, so he knows what all of our assignments are. So I will try to post that again in the paper, written assignments. You'll be able to see that. Please keep in mind when the drop policy is, so that if you need to drop the course, which hopefully you won't, if you think you're going to drop the course, let me know, because I want to be sure that we touch base about, if there's anything we could do to keep that from happening. We prefer it that way, and rather help you out than for you to have to drop with a penalty or anything like that. So just know that these resources are listed here, and we have all of the various policies from the state of Texas about misconduct and academic integrity and electronic communication. We have a new area here that you may not be familiar with, the campus carry area. If you have any questions about that, there's information here about how to get your questions answered. At the end of the course, I would like to hear from you and get your feedback on the student feedback survey. Those are very important to us, and so we really appreciate your feedback. I like to know what students think about the course. So that is the syllabus in a nutshell, and if you have any more questions about the syllabus, feel free to let me know. Be sure you read it in its entirety to familiarize yourself with it. And I hope you have a great semester. Thanks so much. Bye.